Swinney, take it away.
All right, man, that was Clemson football. That was fun, a lot of fun. Really happy for our fans. We all know how much this one means, and really happy for our team, especially our seniors, to be able to say they are undefeated down here. So just happy for those guys. These guys have had great preparation. That's 4 road wins in a row. That's 4 overall wins in a row. That's 6 in a row down here, which this is not an easy place to come play. 6 in a row down here, and it's our 7th win. There it is, Chapel.
There it is.
It's 6-7. So maybe there's something to that. I don't know. But man, it was a lot of fun. I love just the effort of our guys, the belief of our guys, and hey, now we put ourselves in position to get to the postseason and maybe try to get an 8th win. And that's not what we set out to do, but there's only 2 other teams that have had 8 wins 15 years in a row, and that's Alabama and Georgia. So that's quite a turnaround. In fact, this is the greatest turnaround team in Clemson history. There's 30 teams that started 1-3 or worse. Only 4. We were only the 4th to get to 6. Nobody got to 7. So that wasn't what we set out for our story to be, but that's our story, and that's what life's all about. It's when good things happen to you, how do you respond? And when bad things happen to you, how do you respond? And man, you saw a group of young people that have responded to a lot of adversity, a lot of disappointment, a lot of negativity, a lot of that stuff. They've stayed together. They've continued to believe, and it's a good football team. I mean, they should have beat Alabama. I mean, they should have won that game, and they're 2 or 3 plays away from winning a couple more games. And just one of them years didn't quite go their way, but that's a really dangerous football team that we just beat. And again, I got a ton of respect for Shane and how he does things here. This is, my heart hurts for him and Emily and his family, because I know what it feels like to be on the other side of it. And this is a tough game to come out on the short side of it. But I'm proud of our guys. And I know everybody likes to give me math lessons around here. That's 9 out of 11. That's 9 out of 11. Y'all was all ready for the 3 out of 4. Y'all couldn't wait. Y'all already had them articles written. And let me just help. That's 9 out of 11, and that's 6 in a row down here. I'm really proud of our guys, and just their heart, their belief in what they set out to do when we kind of reset our goals on the season and where we were, and they've accomplished those things. So really proud of them. Offensively, we were very efficient. It's a real shame that Adam didn't get credit for that last run. And what a run! It's still on tape. I know. It's still on tape for the guys that are evaluating and scouting him. But what a great day overall. We were very efficient. The biggest thing offensively was when we gave up the horrible plays in the first half, they responded. And it was great to see that. We scored first, we had the lead at half, we responded to some adversity, on the road to kind of get back on top coming in here at half, and really proud of that. We were making a very concerted effort to get the guys, the playmakers, the ball, and man, they came through for us. Cade, had a heck of a game. I missed a couple that we had a chance to score a couple touchdowns, and we didn't quite execute, but he made some big-time plays. Adam Randall's 102 yards, a touchdown. TJ Moore, 6 for 101. Antonio, 7 for 66. I thought Cole Turner, all 3 of his catches were elite catches. And Benton Core had a career high. Sapp had a big catch. I think we only had 1 sack for 1 yard against one of the best fronts that we've seen all year. So just really us to be able to protect and run the ball efficiently was a big difference in the game for us. Special teams made a couple field goals. Jack was 4 of 6 inside the 20. And we were number 1 in the nation coming into this in punt coverage. And they were number 4 in punt return yards. And they finished -3. So I just can't say enough for Coach Gilly and our staff, special teams, and the job that all of our guys have done to buy into that. And then defensively, to me, that's the story of the game. The story of the game was defense in the second half. I mean, they only had 19 plays at the half, and you felt like we're losing by 3 touchdowns. I mean, it was just 2 of the worst plays that I've ever seen. But man, they responded. 4 takeaways. We got a score on D. Ricardo with two picks. Avion caused a fumble, and my favorite part of that was T.J. Parker was hustling to the ball and came up with it downfield. And then Ronan with a big caused fumble and Sammy coming up with it. We had, I think, 5 sacks. I think T.J. Parker tied a South Carolina Clemson record with 3 sacks. Help had a couple big plays. Just a lot of great things. Only 41 yards rushing. So y'all all know the story of the game last year. We've read all about it for a year. But I think the stat of the game was Colin Sadler had the same amount of receiving yards as Sellers had rushing, 2. All right. So listen, man, that is unbelievable effort by our defense. Because let me tell you, Sellers, that's one of the best players in the country. That guy is special. He is a great football player. He's a great kid. He's a great player. And to hold that guy to 2 yards rushing, unbelievable. I mean, unbelievable. And I just can't say enough about Coach Allen and our defensive staff and the plan that they put together. We did everything that we needed to do. We needed to not let them get a run game going. You know, we did everything except let 8 get behind us one time on cover 3. And then we had some crazy play over on the sideline. But I'm just really proud of the guys. It was awesome. And again, happy for our fans. I got to meet a young man named Tron before the game. Man, hopefully he's smiling. I know I think he's maybe hospice right now. And I got a chance to meet his mom and dad and his sisters. And he was in a wheelchair when I came in here for the game. And man, bundled up in a blanket, and it just blessed me to be able to see him. And so just want to give a shout out to Tron and tell him go Tigers, and hope he was able to have a smile on his face today. So just again, thankful for the win, grateful for the spirit of our team, and just grateful we can have a couple days to kind of recoup, and we got a postseason opportunity. I know everybody's disappointed that we didn't make the ACC championship game this year, and that's my fault. I didn't get it done. You know, we've been 8 out of the last 10 years, so you know maybe Tony can get there this year. I don't know if they played yet. Have they played yet? No. So maybe Tony can get there, and we can still share in it a little bit. You know, so I didn't get that part done, but. You know, as I said earlier in the week, all those people who wrote me during that 5-game losing streak that came up to me and told me, hey, I'd rather go 7-5 than 11-2. Well, you just got your chance. So I expect some congratulatory letters somewhere along the way. Something tells me I won't get them, or you didn't really mean it. But no, I'm just thankful. I'm really thankful, and just incredibly humbled by the effort of our team. Excited about the postseason. I don't know where we're going to go, but I mean, we'll have a great time getting ready to go play somewhere. And we've had 14 years with a postseason win. You know, we got a chance for a 15th. We got a chance for an 8th win. We got a chance to finish the season with a 5-game winning streak. There's a lot of good things that can come out of this season. Most of all, I think hopefully just a reset on how hard it is to win and just the joy and appreciation of winning. With that, I'll take your questions.
Coach, the touchdown run by Cade kind of reminded me of Trevor Lawrence for the Jaguars this season, stumbling into the end zone. I have to ask you what was going through your head on that.
Yeah, we had a little boot, and it wasn't there, and I guess somebody hit the ball or whatever, and I just was like, well, you know, we had that bad situation at Louisville, you know, where we came away, but, you know, we hadn't had many breaks. So that's what I said was we were due for one, and I'll just chalk that up to one. And we had, you know, especially with the was it the second drive where we got Antonio, like there's nobody the closest person is in the 5th row of the stands, and we threw it to the 5th row person in the stands. And then we come right back and we got Adam Randall wide open, and we underthrow it and get an interception. So to me, that kind of evened it out. We got a break, but that's football.
You're up 2014. You had, I think, it would have been a 56 or 57 yarder, but no one you chose to punt. Did you consider a field goal there? And what did
I thought about it. I did, and you know, Everybody was trying to console me on the sideline because I really wanted to kick it, like really bad. But, you know, everybody just felt like it was the right decision to play field position. We were playing so good defensively. I mean, we really were. And, you know, I really was confident that Jack could put it down there where we needed it. So, I mean, it really wasn't what I wanted to do, but it was the right call. Because, again, in that situation, if you don't make it, you could block it, or you give them great field position. At that point, what was the score? Was
20 to 14.
Yeah, 20 to 4, 6-point game. So, you know, it worked out, and then we ended up getting the takeaway. So it was awesome.
The fact that the previous drive he put it inside the 5, unfortunately you weren't able to down it, but that had to give you some confidence in Jack.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, Jack's been money. He's been money all year. I mean, that guy is, you know, again, for as many negative stories written about our punter coming into this season, he's been an MVP. He's been awesome. So I have a lot of confidence in him, and he's earned that. And I mean, our guys did a great job with the protection, and you know, and then the last one I think they put nobody back, and so that's a situation. It's a catch and kick. You know, there's not much more to it than that, and that was a big play. You know, he put that one down there as well. I think maybe Sammy Brown went down there and downed that one. But he was awesome.
Hampton.
It was a Hampton. Yeah. No, he was awesome. And again, it was definitely a tough decision because I felt like we could make it. I really did. But sometimes you just have to you have to really just understand the flow of the game too. And I felt like we really were in control of the game defensively, and I didn't want to have any help for them. And I also felt if we stopped it, they had 3 timeouts. And so I felt like that they would punt it if we got a stop right there. So it worked out.
Dabo, how
Pete! Man, I know that voice. Where you been? You just make a cameo for the state championship?
I was in Florida State.
Okay. I hadn't seen you.
Anyway, the way these guys held together through adversity, the way you got them to hold together, I mean, it doesn't happen very often. How proud of you are you of that moment, and how bullish are you still on, you know, hey, we're Clemson and we're going to achieve big things in the future?
I'm incredibly bullish. I mean, we are going to achieve great. We're going to win more championships. And why I can say that is because we've done it over and over and over again. I mean, I think sometimes again we just throw things out. We just, you know, because we've done so much. I mean, we've been to 7 playoffs in 10 years. We've been 8. You know, all of a sudden we think it's just easy to do. It's not. It's not easy to do. There's only 12 teams. There's 135. I mean, but we'll win another national championship. We'll win more conference championships. We'll win more big games. And guess what? We're going to lose some too. We just are. I mean, it's football. I don't know that there'll be anybody undefeated this year. And you know, it's just always a part of your journey. And you know, the main thing is do you have a program? Do you have a culture? You know, some years things can hit just right, and some years you can have some craziness, and maybe somebody doesn't play as good as you wanted to. Whatever. There's a lot of things that go into football. But what you saw this year with this team is unique. It's uncommon. It's special. I mean, it really is. They won 4 in a row on the road, and you know, we didn't have the overall record in season, but again, you ain't that far. It ain't like we're, you know, every 7-5 ain't the same. You know, we're about 3 plays away from this is a different story, a different press conference right now. But that's football. That's our reality. And we've had so much good fortune. We've had so much favor over the years. But you just gotta do the work. And for me, that's all I focus on. I don't really focus on all the other stuff. I don't focus on stuff I don't control. There's a lot of great lessons from this season for all these guys, especially that'll be back. I mean, I love the game and I love the player, and that's what I focus on. I mean, I love to compete, and I love to develop these players into great men through this game, and that's what I'm passionate about. And to see a group of guys Because when you're at a place like Clemson that's won so much, and there's so much noise, especially when the expectations are high, and you have a couple crazy situations and so much negativity, just really toxic stuff, like nasty. But they just block it out. Like, that's not normal. And I'm really proud of that. I mean, and I get to witness that every day behind the doors when nobody's watching. I get to see their heart. I get to hear their voice. And it's inspiring to me as a grown man to know that, man, we've got a future generation of young people that are wired like that group right there. And I've said that many times, especially these seniors. Track them. Larry's not here. I don't see Larry. He must take the weekend off. Where is Larry? He just skipped out.
Turkey sandwiches.
No, he doesn't go to the road games. Well, I told him to track these guys, so I think they're going to do great things in life. But it's been a lot of fun to just be in the fight with them and to try to help them and to try to teach them. And man, I've grown a ton this year just from learning from these guys and just watching, how resilient they are. It's been inspiring to me.
Coach,
Sure.
the offensive line's been banged up, but what'd you make of their play today? There were moments it seemed like they were dominating the trenches.
Yeah, I mean, what we run for? What we run yards per carry? What was it?
3.7.
Yeah, 100 and something yards. And had the one big one called back. I thought the fact that we were very efficient, that was the key in the game. I mean, we were able to. I thought we kind of wore them down late in the game. We went right at them. And we had a little more success downhill than we did with some of our outside zone stuff. But man, my hat's off to those guys. I mean, we came in with kind of 8 guys, and we never really had the 8. We had 5, we had 6, and that 5 or 6 seemed like it would change a lot. But those guys got it done today, and I'm really proud of them. And we've been able to develop a little bit of the younger guys as well through our season this year that I think will pay off for us. But I know those guys that weren't here were super happy watching it on TV and watching these guys compete. Again, that's a really good front. Those 2 ends, excellent players. Those guys inside, those linebackers, 0 and 17, downhill guys, good players. So I'm proud of them.
Coach, with a pick six, it's easy to lose in the shuffle. Wade Wood has that last one when they're driving to take a 1-point lead. It looked like he made a touchdown-saving tackle on Sellers, and then he had the tip pass.
Yeah, huge. We had that was other real positive days. We had several PBUs, some big plays on the ball, and that was a big-time play open field on Sellers. And again, we all have lived that nightmare over and over and over, especially getting ready for this game and watching the tape. I could hardly watch it, to be honest with you. It was painful, but just got a lot of respect for him. But our guys, we had a great plan, and again, they executed it outside of those 2 plays. I mean, which were just, oh my goodness. Again, the first one was 3 deep. You can't get behind. They can't get behind you on 3 deep. They moved him out of the pocket to just buy a little more time, but we should have been there for that. And then the other one was just unbelievable. I mean, their kid just made a play and we didn't get him down. But outside of that, we really, I thought, controlled the game defensively. And then they tried to run him on that last drive late, and our guys held up. I mean, it was a couple big time plays. So I'm just, again, I got a ton of respect for Sellers. I think he is special. And that 8's a great player. I mean, they got a good group of young guys, but I thought our guys up front took it over. So again, 5 sacks, maybe 6. I think there's one maybe for debate. It was a big time day for our defense.
How important was this game for that defensive front? It just felt like every time they got a hand on Sellers today, they just weren't going to let go after last year.
Yeah, pain has a way of making you better, and there was a lot of pain in this game last year because we led the entire game. We did not trail in the game till a minute 4 or something in the game. 3rd and 17, and we got to him the whole game. We just couldn't get him on the ground, and we've had to live with that. Everybody's had to live with that all year. So, you turn the pain into purpose, and these guys, they came here to do exactly what they did, and they got it done.
You talk about the composure of the team when it was going back and forth, back and forth. Can you talk about the composure?
Yeah, yeah. That's again what I was really proud of, because it can be very frustrating on the road. And I've been down here where you feel like, man, you have some bad plays, like the missed touchdown was so disappointing. I mean, we've got a chance. I mean, you got two wide open guys, and we don't make the play, and then one of them comes up as an interception. You get nothing. So that was really frustrating. And then we kind of get it going, and you feel like you've got some pretty good control of the game, and then bam, here's a 70-yard play, 74 and a 59 or whatever. They had 19 plays. They had 200 yards at the half, and I think 2 plays were 130-something yards. So, but that was the best part of the first half, was our offense responded. They responded, and some critical answers to kind of settle back down and not let the crowd kind of really get going. And so I thought, again, scoring first, being even in the margin at half, and taking a lead into the half, I thought was big. Those are winning indicators for us most of the time. And to come back in the second half and be plus 3, and the turnover margin is the difference in the game.
Do you anticipate Davion being able to play the whole?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I don't think it was anything like bad. I think he just it was his quad, and he just couldn't kind of pull something in his quad or something. He couldn't go. But he made an impact when he was in there. But yeah, I think by the time, whenever that is, he'll be good to go.
Gotta be encouraging to see the. Sorry.
How much growth have you seen from Ricardo in fall camp, start of fall camp?
Yeah, I mean, Ricardo is he's an emotional player, and he's learned how to channel that the right way. I would say that was an area that he really needed to grow coming in here. Very emotional, to where he could kind of get out of control as far as like out of his game, and he's really matured, because you want him to have emotion in what he does. That's kind of who he is. That kind of makes him who he is. But just channeling that the right way into the type of focus and process that you got to have each play. But he's an instinctive player. That's the one thing about him. He loves to play. He loves to practice. He loves his teammates. He's as tough as they come, and he knows his limitations. But he's just a very smart, instinctive player. And that was an incredible interception. I mean, his hands under the ball, like it was incredible. So just, really happy for him. And again, that's a tip ball. We got a ball batted up in the air, tips or picks, and we've been trying to score. We've got a streak around here. We've scored twice on defense every year for like, I don't know how many years, long time, 16 years or so. So that was big to get a score, so now we got a chance to keep that going with another opportunity in the postseason. But proud of Ricardo. He's done a nice job. Big play by Ronan too, on the Calls fumble, and Khalil was steady out there doing his job. And we made a change with Ashton. He kind of mirrored 8 the whole game. Once we lost AV, we felt like that was, a move we needed to make. And I thought he did a nice job. Was able to get his hands on him and disrupt him.
17 years ago to the day that you beat Coach Spurrier for your first Palmetto Bowl win as the interim coach. Is this one?
Was that really
close to it, as emotional as that one was?
Yep. Special, because again, especially how last year went, and just I'm just thankful for it. I really am. I mean, I'm just thankful for the opportunity. I didn't even know that. So that was an amazing day, because I knew when we won that they're gonna have to give me at least a year to be the coach, and that's kind of how I've looked at it ever since. I've been on like a 1-year contract my whole life, and I just take it year by year, day by day, try to do the best I can to represent this university. They didn't hire a perfect person here. I'm far from perfect, but I do give my best all the time, and I'm passionate about my purpose in life. I'm passionate about Clemson, and just trying to be the best that we can be. And every year we're on a quest for best. I don't always know what that's going to look like, and you just play them every week. And some years we've won championships, and some years we haven't. This is one of them year we're not going to win a championship. We're not getting to the playoff. But man, that doesn't diminish my love for the guys in that locker room and who they are as people. I'm really proud of them, and I'm thankful that again the good Lord gave them a moment like this today to just celebrate and enjoy, and to get a 7th win and to earn a. You know, we'll be going somewhere, so maybe we moved on up a little bit, and we'll get some great opportunity somewhere. Go play.
Go 1 or 2 more for Coach.
We go into the postseason, Chapel. You get to come with us, dog.
The team ran out with the trophy. You seemed upset with that. What was kind of your frustration there?
I just didn't want to. They were just wanting to take a picture, and I just didn't want them to do that. Let's just keep it in the locker room. They weren't doing anything disrespectful, but I just didn't want anybody out there.
And from a bowl game perspective, do you expect any opt-outs, or what would those decisions look like with the juniors, seniors, guys?
I have no idea. I don't expect any, but you know, we'll find out one of these days. I ain't even processed anything like that. I would be shocked, honestly, but I mean, anything's possible. But we'll be ready.
What are some
Last one.
early struggles in your tenure in this state? What would your message be to South Carolina fans that maybe are feeling a little impatient after 5 years?
South Carolina fans about
Coach Beamer after 5 years, just impatient.
I mean, listen. They don't want to hear me talking about the program. I mean, I'm like the last person they're going to want to hear. I got a lot of the FUs walking in, so they ain't going to want my opinion. But I mean, all I can tell you, Shane's a good football coach. He's a better person, and he cares. And you know, again, I think these are reactionary games where you can really overreact. I mean, all I can tell you is I lost 5 in a row, and we were really good teams. And again, we had 15 turnovers to their 3, and that was a bad run. And but we were a good team, and they were a good team. But you hang in there, you know. And I'm glad that Clemson people didn't give up on me. I mean, that was a bad stretch, but we were winning big games. I mean, we were beating Ohio State, we were beating LSU, we're beating Oklahoma, we're winning big games, we're doing a lot of stuff, but we're coming up short in this game. And that was like I said, I had a lot of people come up to me and say, yeah, 11-2, congrats. I'd rather go 7-5 and beat the Gamecocks. And so, and that's the true story. But Clemson people just hung in there, and you just got to keep battling. I mean, eventually these things, you find a way. But again, I'm not gonna evaluate for the Gamecock people. But all I can tell you is, you know, Coach Beamer's he's a good coach. He cares. He's about the right things, and I got a lot of respect for him.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay.